So do you remember like when the tour buses would show up at your grandpa's?
Absolutely. Grandpa's house was sort of a circus after a while, not only because of the animals, but so many people would stop there. Some folks weren't even stopping to buy anything, they just wanted to check it out. He had a lot of sort of a sculpture garden in the front yard of animals. And the best was when everybody was gone and like I'd have some cousins there or whatever, would play with it. You had your own little zoo.
Right.
It was really fun. Just droves of people I remember coming through, all sorts of people, young, old, different ethnicities from all, and that was exciting.
All people from around the world?
Around the world, people would stop in and share whatever, bring things from where they were, talk about the artwork they saw, or other artists would visit. And for me, that was really exciting, because you knew these names, and they would come visit Grandpa. And that was really fun too. I have to say the visitation from other artists meant so much to me anyway.
Right.
Even the dealers like Davis,
Right.
In those days you had the Rosenacks, which were exciting visionary people too. They also were characters that added to the story and made it all, it wasn't just Felipe or me, it was all of it. Right. Everyone participating in this thing. That really, it was super, super fun. I have to say, it was really a good time.
So would people literally come into the yard and like place an order? Well, I want.
Often somebody would see something they saw somewhere else, okay, and knew that if you went to the artist, you could get it for a little less, or had an idea as to a different, people would come to us with ideas of fitting 2 alligators under a certain table.
Right.
So those were always fun, because you had to make it fit in a certain space.
Right.
Or they had seen something and they wanted something similar.
Right.
You had the yahoos who wanted it exactly the same, which is impossible. It's a handmade thing. That always blew my mind too. Yeah. But also there's a challenge in that. Trying to make something look exactly like something else can be very difficult. I loved the special orders. And now one of my absolute favorite things is doing restoration on Felipe's work, on any of the guys' work. I knew them, so I literally knew
how they would,
what they used, how they did it, who they were. But Felipe's is the best to restore. It's like hanging out with him again. Yeah. A lot of his stuff looks like him to me.